Alright, it is the day of AEW Dynasty. Of course, I have the AEW Revolution review still coming out. Of course, there was event on event, and then video on video, and then shorts on shorts. I couldn't get that done. It's almost done. This is now, though, so I'm going to work on this now, and then the live stream, maybe, and then the review for this after the Revolution review. Got a lot going on, but we will get right into it. I am in a rush. Gotcha. Starting off with the 0 hour, so far what's announced is a 6-man tag team match between AR Fox and Top Flight versus crew of Action Andretti and Leo Rush, as well as Nick Wayne. I feel like this is a match that crew with Nick Wayne win to progress this feud. I do like the direction it's going in, so I do believe crew comes out on top on this one. We also have announced a Max Caster Open Challenge. I do believe that since it is not on the main card, it is not Anthony Bowens. I believe this may be how they debut Josh Alexander, or maybe the return of Roosh or something like that. But it will not be Anthony Bowens, and I know for sure Max Caster's losing it. So whoever the open challenge opponent is will win that most likely. Now onto the main card. I will not try and do this in order because I honestly don't know how they plan on doing this one. There's a lot going on for the tournament. Maybe they just go tournament, and then to the rest of the matches, I don't know how they're going to do it. But some of these tournament matches are bigger than others, so I don't know how they're going to go about that. But we have the Ring of Honor World Championship versus Mask match between Chris Jericho and Bandito. Now, I'm not sure I want to see Gravity and Bandito lose their masks to Chris Jericho of all people. Plus, Bandito would be a great Ring of Honor World Champion. So I will say Bandito, but I don't even know if this match is going to actually end up happening. That's the thing, how they did the 0 hour match at Revolution. But who knows. But I do believe that if they do this match, Bandito wins it. I don't want to see Bandito lose his mask. Or Chris Jericho wins the match and the mask doesn't end up coming off because they help from Gravity or something. I do believe Bandito wins this somehow, some way. Next, we have the Owen Hart 2025 Men's Tournament quarterfinal match between Mark Briscoe and Kyle Fletcher. This is an interesting matchup because this is the 4th time they've fought. These two have had a couple of matches against each other. I don't recall the exact record, but based on who the other opponents are in this bracket, I do believe Kyle Fletcher comes out on top in this match. I do like seeing Mark Briscoe in action, but I don't feel like he progresses past the tournament quarterfinal. And that's that, unfortunately. I do think this match will be good, though. Then we have the AEW World Tag Team Championship match between the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, against the Learning Trees, Big Bill and Brian Keith. I see where they're going with this story, and I don't think Big Bill and Brian Keith come out on top in this match. I do believe they're leading to a split in the Learning Tree, so I do think the Hurt Syndicate comes out on top in this match. Plus, the Hurt Syndicate needs to stay on top while MVP's in this high-profile feud with MJF. So, as long as that's going on, I do believe they need to have the championships. Next up, we have the Owen Hart Foundation 2025 Men's Tournament quarterfinal match between Will Ospreay and Kevin Knight. Kevin Knight coming in this tournament replacing Jay White off of a hand injury. Unfortunate. I really did want to see Will Ospreay versus Jay White here, but we'll see it another time. By saying who's in the bracket, I do believe that even if it were Jay White in this match, Will Ospreay would be coming out on top, as we can very easily get another Kyle Fletcher versus Will Ospreay match out of this. We could also get a Will Ospreay versus Hangman Adam Page match out of this, which I'm very excited to see both or either of those. But I do know what I want to see the result of this tournament be, and that has Will Ospreay at the end of it. So I do believe Will Ospreay comes out on top in this match. Kevin Knight has a bright future in AEW, though. Next up, we have a non-title Owen Hart Foundation 2025 Women's Tournament quarterfinal match between Mercedes Moné and Julia Hart. Coming off of the tag team match they are coming out of from Collision, Mercedes Moné coming out of her first losing match in AEW, not getting pinned per se, but losing nonetheless. Julia Hart's actually coming in with the momentum here, but in singles competition, it's Mercedes Moné. Julia Hart has lost recently in singles competition against the likes of Queen Aminata. Although I don't believe Julia Hart win this quarterfinal match, I do believe this leads closer to the match between Mercedes Moné and Athena, seemingly at all in Texas, which I'm very excited for. But I do believe Mercedes Moné comes out on top in this match. Next, for the AEW TNT Championship with no time limit, Daniel Garcia versus Adam Cole. Everybody's barred from ringside in this match, saying they've had 2 matches prior to this. One, there was interference. Second, they ran out of time. This match would eliminate both of those possibilities. Although there is disqualification, I do believe these two will try and have a clean, fair match. This being Adam Cole's last chance against Daniel Garcia. I do believe Daniel Garcia somehow comes out on top though, in my head, because Adam Cole, just like many champions in the past, have said Daniel Garcia is not ready yet. Just like Jericho said, just like Christian said, just like Danielson said, everyone's been telling Daniel Garcia that he is not ready yet. Even while he's a champion, they're saying he's not ready yet to lead the charge. I do believe Daniel Garcia is coming in with something to prove. Therefore, I do believe Daniel Garcia comes out on top in this match. I do want this to be Adam Cole's best performance yet. Next up for the AEW World Trios Championships, the Death Riders, Claudio Castagnoli, Pac, and Wheeler Yuta against Rated FTR, Cash Wheeler, Cope, and Dax Harwood. This match is interesting because I can see AEW going with a route of Rated FTR being a team in distress while also being champions and being forced to work together as champions, trying to respect the company and the championships themselves. But I also feel like their dissension might lead to them losing this match, being distracted between Wheeler and Harwood. But I do feel like the Death Riders have had these championships long enough, so I do believe Rated FTR comes out on top in this match. Barely. Next up for the AEW International Championship, a three-way match between Kenny Omega, Ricochet, and Speedball Mike Bailey. This might be the match I'm most excited for on this card, as I know what all three of these people are capable of. I know how much time Mike Bailey's been trying to get back at Kenny Omega. I know how much time Ricochet's been trying to get at Kenny Omega. Ricochet and Mike Bailey just happen to be crossing paths here. This match is going to be exciting. There's going to be a lot going on here. I can't wait for it. I do believe Kenny Omega retains here. This is a match containing the best. That's going to be an exciting matchup. I do believe Kenny Omega comes out on top. Next up for the AEW Women's World Championship, Timeless Toni Storm versus Megan Bayne. Part of me is not against them hot-shotting Megan Bayne into the championship, as she has the look, she's got the ability. I do expect this to be one of the more grounded, slower-paced matches on the card though. There is that, but they're both very technically sound, and I don't expect to be disappointed by this match by any means. Although I do believe Timeless Toni Storm comes out with a win, Megan Bayne will not disappoint me and will not surprise me. We will see how that goes though. I don't know what to expect in that one, honestly. Megan Bayne does have Penelope Ford on her side though, while Toni Storm has Thunder Rosa. So, we'll see. And in definitely the main event, probably, I think, AEW World Championship match between Jon Moxley and Swerve Strickland. This is a match that has everybody very divided, and I understand completely why. I completely get it. Moxley and the Death Riders have been completely built around building your hopes up and shattering them. Waiting till you're elated and then crushing everything. Waiting to the peak of a moment and then silencing the arena. However, whenever, whatever it takes. Now, a lot of people believe Swerve Strickland wins here because they believe Adam Page is going to win the Owen Hart Cup, and then they're going to go on straight to All in Texas, and it's going to be one-on-one main event, Adam Page, Swerve Strickland. Now, they can take a winding road to that. It doesn't have to be so direct necessarily. Do question any other ways they could get Swerve Strickland in the main event of All In against Adam Page other than that exact route. Now, with that being said, that's an exact reason why you would believe Swerve Strickland would win this somehow. Now, Jon Moxley has a lot of enemies. A lot of them. The thing is, Adam Page just reminded us he promised that he would do whatever it took to not let Swerve get the championship. Swerve's going for the championship here. So, I believe, and this is my prediction, that Adam Page is going to cost Jon Moxley the world championship, trying to cost Swerve Strickland the championship. Adam Page is going to be trying to cost Swerve Strickland the championship, but he's going to cost Jon Moxley. They're not on good terms either. See, this match can go a lot of ways, and I can see why it's divisive. A lot of people are prepared for the worst. A lot of people are really hoping for the best. And I understand both sides. But those are my predictions for AEW Dynasty 2025. Going to be in about 5 hours from the time of recording this, so I hope I got this edited in time and up before then. Yeah, check out the Revolution vlog. We're there. Just a grand old time. You can see our entire experience there, our entire day, highlights of the matches from our POV, everything like that. We were really close to Swerve Strickland in the crowd when he jumped on Mox. So yeah, give that a look-see. Check out the New Japan Academy Cup video. Got put up about 2 weeks ago, and then the official one was released yesterday. So yeah, very cool stuff. I'm even visible in the intro. So yeah, look at those. And now exit the property, which means get off my video, as they say.